Okay, good day everyone. Today we're gonna talk about integration using partial fractions. So there are some expression in integration that if simple expression we can use directly, use substitution, power rule, constant power rule, or any kind of rules in integration. But there are also expression that we cannot use that one directly. So we need to look back or think another strategy to integrate that one successfully. And that strategy is what we call partial fraction. So let's go back the basic concepts of algebra about partial fraction. How partial fraction works in solving two expressions with fraction. How partial fraction magamit ang partial fraction in making a simple fraction or making this fraction into mas simpler fraction, meaning bugago na to ang fraction. So let's have this kind of example. 3 over x plus 2 plus 5 over x minus 1. So for example, we have these two expressions, then we need to evaluate this expression. 3 over x plus 2 plus 5 over x plus 1. To evaluate these two expressions, we need to find first the LCD. So what is the LCD between x plus 2 and x minus 1? So the LCD between x plus 2 and x minus 1 is x plus 2, x minus 1. Then, if to combine these two numerators, we need to divide x plus 2, x minus 1, or we need to divide the LCD to each denominator of every fraction. So x plus 2 times x minus 1 divided by x plus 2, that is equal to x minus 1. Why? Because x plus 2 and x plus 2 kay ato siyang makancel. So x plus 2, x minus 1 divided by x plus 2, that is x minus 1. Then the quotient of this, the quotient sa kaning numerator to denominator to denominator will be multiplied to the numerator of every fraction. So x minus 1 times 3, that would be 3 times x minus 1. Then copy the sign of our fraction, plus or addition. Then next is kanina sang second fraction. So x plus 2 times x minus 1 divided by x minus 1, that would be x plus 2. Then x plus 2 times 5, that is 5 times x plus 2. Afterwards, to find the answer or the sum of these two fractions is we combine the numerator and the denominator. So by the use of distributive property, distribute 3 and every term of our expression, distribute 5 of every term of this quantity. So 3 times x, that is 3x. Then 3 times negative 1, that is negative 3. Plus 5 times x, that is 5x. Then 5 times 2, that is 10 over x plus 2, x minus 1. We can also combine these two binomials, these two expressions rather. We can also combine this one by using FOIL method. So x times x, that is x squared. Then 2 times negative 1, that is negative 2. Then to find the linear term of this trinomial is by multiplying x sa atong outer and the inner to inner. So x times negative 1, that is negative 1. Then 2 times x, that is positive 2. If we combine negative x and positive 2x, that would be equal to positive x. So the answer for these two expression is 3x minus 3 plus 5x plus 10 over x squared plus x minus 2. But since we can still combine negative 3 and 10, positive 3x and 5x, then we can simplify this expression by combining all those makombine. So 3x plus 5x, that is 8x. Then negative 3 plus 10, that is positive 7. Over, copy the denominator, which is equal to x squared plus x minus 2. So the answer for this, or evaluate this one, the answer is 8x plus 7 over x squared plus x minus 2. Now, going back to the concept of partial fraction. A partial fraction is having this expression, this fraction, then make this one into simpler or multiple simpler fraction. Meaning, bukonin nato ang expression, kaninang fraction, bukonin nato, and then mukam akta o 3 over x plus 2 plus 5 over x minus 1. So, saan na nato pagbuhat? By the use of partial fraction decomposition. So, partial fraction decomposition. Okay? So, let's have this one. So, before we proceed to the process of integrating rational expression through the use of partial fraction, let's have first let's recall what is the process in solving partial fraction. So we have 8x plus 7 over x squared plus x minus 2. Then the goal for this expression is ato siyang bungkagon into simple fraction, meaning in simpler fraction. So saan man na nato pagbungkag? If bungkagon na to without using partial fraction, we can bungkag this one by 8x plus 7 because wala na tayong ma-factor sa 8x plus 7 over x plus 2 x minus 1. So, atong goal is mukam akta og 3 over x minus or x plus 2 plus 5 over x minus 1. But since kani, without using partial fraction, dili na nato mabungkag. Wala na tayong lain pamagi para mabungkag na. That's why we need to use partial fraction. Okay? So, what is partial fraction? So, saan man na to? So, first is we need to focus on the denominator of our fraction. X squared plus x minus 2. Then, try to find the factor of x squared plus x minus 2. So, what is the factor of x squared plus x minus 2? That is x squared, the quantity of x plus 2 and the quantity of x minus 1. Since 8x plus 7 over x plus 2 x minus 1 is equal to 8x plus 7 over x squared plus plus x minus 2. So, equal na sila. So, since equal man sila, we can also use this expression. Kaniya itong gamito na expression. So, 8x plus 7 over x plus 2 x minus 1. So, 8x plus 7 over x plus 2 x minus 1. Equals, para mas buwako na to siya into simple fraction, since we have this linear term, linear equation, x plus 2 is a linear, x minus 1 is a linear. So we have a constant a, assuming that we have a constant a over the linear term, x plus 2, then plus another constant which is equal to b, then over x minus 1. So, any constant a and b over x plus 2 plus b over x minus 1 is equal to this expression, 8x plus 7 over x plus 2 x minus 1. So, equal na sila. So, to make this fraction, kaninang fraction become linear, kanin wala na siya denominator, is we need to multiply this expression, the left-hand side, this one, and the right-hand side by the denominator of our fraction. What is the denominator of our fraction? X plus 2, x minus 1. So multiplying both sides by x plus 2, x minus 1. Here, x plus 2, x minus 1. So x plus 2 times x minus 1 divided by x plus 2 and x minus 1 is cancelled. That is equal to 1. So the remaining part is the numerator, 8x plus 7. Mao na lang nakabilin. 8x plus 7 equals, how about the right-hand side? So 8x plus 2, rather, x plus 2 times x minus 1 divided by x plus 2, that is equal to x minus 1. So cancel, cancel, cancel. Then x minus 1 times a, that is equal to a times x minus 1. Plus x plus 2 times x minus 1 divided by x minus 1, that is cancel x minus 1 and x minus 1. So the remaining part is x plus 2 times b. So b times x plus 2. Remember, in partial fraction, a and b are na siya value na constant. So we have b times x plus 2. So to find the value of a and b, let us assume what is the value of our x. So makita ra nato ang value sa atong a and b if we try to assume some value of x para maka-cancel ta either a or b. So mangita tag value sa x na pwede nato gamiton para maka-cancel ta either a and b. So for example, we try to eliminate a instead of b. Or vice versa, pwede po nato gamiton, let's try to eliminate first b kaysa a. So kanina, buhaton i-eliminate nato una ang a compared sa b. So unsa may value na x na pwede nato gamiton para maka-eliminate ta sa a. Remember, a times the quantity of x minus 1, meaning we're using multiplication. So if we try to put some value of x na pwede maka-cancel, then ma-eliminate na to ang a. Okay? So let's assume that a ay x rather. So let's assume that x is equal to positive 1. Now sir, ganun positive 1 man? So, gitry na to ang positive 1. Why? Because it is, if we try to substitute positive 1 in the value of x in this expression, 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. Then 0 times a, that would be cancelled out. Meaning, na-eliminate na to ang a. So, the remaining portion will be b. Okay, let's try that one. So, x is equal to 1. Assuming that x is equal to 1. So, let's substitute the value of x and every variable x. Meaning, kanitanan expression natin, kanitanan equation, tanang variable of x is ato siyang substitution of 1. So, a times 1 plus 7 is equal to a times 1 minus 1 plus b times 1 plus 2. Again, asa gikan ang 1, assuming that the value of x is equal to 1. So, a times 1, that is a plus 7 equals a times 1 minus 1, that is cancel. Cancel is because 1 minus 1 is 0. Then 0 times a is 0. Then plus b times 1 plus 2, or let's have 3b. Meaning 1 plus 2 is 3, then multiply to b. So 3b. To find the value of b, para makaibaw natin sa value sa b, then pwede na natin pangitawan ang value sa atong A. So, to find the value of A and B is we need to equate this one by dividing 3 in every expression. So, for example, so we have 8 plus 7 equals 3B. So 8 plus 7 is 15 equals 3B. So 15 equals 3B. To find the value of B, then divide both sides by positive 3. So 3 and 3 cancel. Mabilin is B equals 15 divided by 3, that is equal to 5. Therefore, the value of B is equal to 5. Okay? So B is equal to 5. So since we already have the value of A, B rather, since naman tayo value sa B, then let's try to find the value of A. How? Saan man? So we have substitute A. Okay, we have A plus A. Okay, so in another way is pwede sa nato gamitan of elimination. So since na-eliminate man nato first ang A, then this time we try to eliminate B. So kinahanglan nato eliminate ang B. Kung saan man nato pag-eliminate ang B, based on this equation, 8x plus 7 equals ax minus 1 plus bx plus 2. So, saan man na ito pag-eliminate ang b? So, we can eliminate b by assuming that x is equal to negative 2. So, negative 2, so that if we try to substitute x or the value of x in this portion, in this expression, that will become to 0. So, negative 2 plus 2 is 0, then 0 times b is cancelled. So, let's try to substitute the value of x. So, 8 then times negative 2 plus 7 equals 8 times negative 2 minus 1. So, 8 times negative 2, that is 16 or negative 16 plus 7 equals negative 2, negative 3, negative 1, that is negative 3a. So, to find the value of a, negative 16 plus 7, pila? That is negative 9 equals negative 3a. To find the value of a, we divide both sides by negative 3 over negative 3. And that is equal to a is negative 9 over negative 3 is equal to positive 3. So the value of a is equal to positive 3. Okay? Going back to the first equation. So atong balikon ang first equation. Okay, going back to the first expression, equation, 8x plus 7 over x plus 2 x minus 1 equals a over x plus 2 plus b over x minus 1. So x minus 1. So since we already have the value of a and b, then we substitute a and b para kay baw na ta kung unsay mas simple anin sa pag simple ang kanina fraction. Okay? So a is equal to positive 3 and b is equal to positive 5. So 8x plus 7 over x plus 2 x minus 1 is equal to 3 over x plus 2 plus 5 over x minus 1. So if you try to evaluate this expression, the result will be 8x plus 7 over x plus 2 x minus 1. And that's how partial fraction decomposition works on this kind of problem. And that's one process or muna ang process na atong gamiton or atong i-apply in terms of integration. So muna siya atong i-apply if we tend to integrate this expression 8x plus 7 over x squared plus x minus 2. So for example, we need to integrate this one. 8x over plus 7, then over x squared plus x over 2 dx. So in that kind of expression, we cannot integrate this one by using u substitution. Nga naman is wala ra gyapon tay makacancel. Ay maka-use gyapon tag u substitution in this process because if we tend to let u as x squared plus x minus 2, so that is 2x plus 1. So pwede siya makacancel ani. But we can also use partial fraction. So since 8x plus 7 over x squared plus x minus 2 dx is equal to 3 over x plus 2 plus 5x minus 1, then we can integrate this one. We can integrate this one by the use of this expression. Kanina mga fraction. Kanina ang atong gi-partial fraction. Kani siya. So, ato na siya i-integrate through in ani. Since lisod man siya i-integrate because of the rational expression, then ato siya himuon og simple fraction para maka-integrate directly. Okay? So, we need to integrate 3 dx and integrate 5 minus 1, 5 over x minus 1 dx. Again, so integrate 3 over x plus 2 dx plus 5 over x minus 1 dx. So, this one is just the same as this one. So, ako lang siyang distribute ang integration para dito mas maulibo. So, what is the answer for this expression? Kung ato siya i-integrate. So, again, since 3 over x plus 1 is pwede na to siya mabungkag as 3 or the constant 3 pagawas na to. The same thing with constant power rule. So 3 are constant rule in integration. 3 integrate 1 over x plus 2. 1 over x plus 2 times 3, that would be 3 over x plus 2. 3 times 1, 3. Then since a whole number has a denominator 1, so 1 times x plus 2 is x plus 2. The same thing with this expression. So 1 over x plus 2 dx. Then plus the integration of 5 over x minus 1 dx. So since 5 is a whole number, then we tend to distribute that one sa gawas na portion sa ating integral na side. So 5 integrate 1 over x minus 1 dx. Okay? So 5 times 1, that would be 5. Then the denominator of 5 is 1. 1 times x minus 1, that is x minus 1. So 5 times 1 over x minus 1 is the same thing with 5 over x minus 1. So, saan natin siya pag-integrate? Again, any expression that is in the form of this kind of expression, 1 over x plus 2 or x plus 2 raised to the power of negative 1 or 2 to raised to the power of negative 1, x raised to the power of negative 1, or let's have y raised to the power of negative 1, y plus 2 raised to the power of negative 1, or 1 over 3x plus 3, 1 over 4x plus 4, 1 over x plus 2, is ato na siyang i-integrate through what do you call that one? Through inverse or ln x plus 2. So 1 over x, the integration of 1 over x is equal to ln x or the natural log x. Okay? So 1 over x is equal to ln x. So going back to the example, 1 over x plus 2, to integrate this expression, that would be 3 ln absolute value of x plus 2 plus 5 ln the absolute value of x minus 1 plus c. And that is the answer for this integration, 8x plus 7 over x squared plus x minus 2. That is 3 ln x plus 2 plus 5 ln the absolute value of x minus 1 plus c. Okay? Question. Now, let's have another example. Okay, let's have another example that is integration of x squared minus 1 over x squared or 8x cubed plus x. So we need to integrate x squared dx or x squared minus 1 over x cubed plus x dx. Ito siyang i-integrate. First is, since we cannot integrate this one directly, so gamito na to siya of partial fraction. So, x squared minus 1 over, to factor out x cubed plus x is x times the quantity of x squared plus x. So, ganong x squared plus x man? It's because the common factor of x cubed plus x is x. So x times x cubed by x squared, that is x cubed. Then x plus, that is 1. X plus 1, or x times 1 rather, that is equal to x. So x squared minus 1 over x cubed plus x is equal to x squared minus 1 over x times the quantity of x squared plus 1. So by the use of partial fraction, we need to evaluate first the terms given in the denominator. So since we do have two expressions, the x and x squared plus 1, x is a linear term. Then x squared plus 1 is a quadratic term. A quadratic term, it's because of the highest degree na exponent that is equal to 2. So there are some changes sa ato pangitawag na constant. So for the linear term, a over x, then plus, since x squared plus 1 is a quadratic term, that would be bx plus c over x squared plus 1. So a over x plus bx plus c over x squared plus 1. Now, to find or to cancel all the denominators of this two equation is by multiplying x times the quantity of x squared plus 1. Okay? And also this side, x times the quantity of x squared plus 1. So x times x squared plus 1 divided by x times x squared plus 1, that will be cancelled out. So the remaining part will be, or the remaining expression will be x squared minus 1 equals x times the quantity of x squared plus 1 divided by x. So x and x will be cancelled. Then x squared plus 1 times a, that would be a times x squared plus 1. Okay? Next. So, Next will be x times x squared plus 1 divided by x squared plus 1. Then cancel x squared plus 1 and x squared plus 1. So the remaining part will be x times bx plus c. And that would be px squared plus cx. So by the use of distributive property, x times bx, that is bx squared, plus cx, c times x, that is cx. Now, let's try to combine. X squared is equal to 1 equals ax squared plus a. Then plus bx squared plus cx. Okay? So ax squared plus a plus bx squared plus c. So if we try to imagine that since this equation and this equation are equal, whatever buhaton na to diri, or whatever expression, part of the expression or part of the equation na naa diri, na mao na ang part na naa na to diri. So in other words, if we try to put this one into single expression, ax squared plus a plus b x squared that is the same thing with that is the same thing with a plus b times the quantity of x squared plus 1. Okay? X squared minus 1. Okay, so that is a plus b times the quantity of x squared. So x squared minus 1 is equal to a plus b x squared plus a plus cx. Again, so sir, ganong a plus b times the quantity of x squared man, sir? Why? Because if we try to find the common of a and b, then they have the same variable which is equal to x squared, or the same term which is quadratic term. So ax squared plus bx squared, that would be a plus b x squared. So kung imo na siya i-distribute, ax squared, that is ax squared. B times x squared, that is bx squared. Meaning, this a and b, if we try to combine the variables, since a and b are constant, so if we try to combine these two constants, that is the numerical expression, the numerical value, or the coefficient, numerical coefficient of x squared. Okay? The numerical coefficient of our quadratic term.